Welcome to Daily Review, your daily dose of literary exploration. We dive into books that spark curiosity and ignite growth. While our passion often leads us to nonfiction reads that empower and improve your life, no book is off limits.
That's right. From gripping thrillers to insightful memoirs and compelling fiction to historical accounts, we're here to share and discuss all the interesting reads we discover. Tune in for your next great book idea.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Daily Review. We truly appreciate you joining us for your daily dose of literary exploration.
Yeah, your support means the world to us and helps us continue to share these amazing books with you.
Today we're doing something a bit different. Instead of a traditional book review, we're taking a deep dive into some core ideas from Brianna Wiest's The Pivot Year, 365 Days to Become the Person You Truly Want to Be.
It's a book that's just packed with daily reflections. And what we've done is distilled some of the most thought-provoking nuggets to give you, the learner, a concentrated dose of insight.
Exactly. Our mission today is to explore how we can all sort of create our own pivot year. But maybe not through massive, overwhelming changes, but more through understanding some fundamental shifts in perspective.
Yeah, the book's structured as this year-long journey, right? Daily prompts for personal growth, touching on everything, happiness, life's complexities.
That good stuff.
And we've sifted through it with you in mind, aiming to highlight key themes, the kind that can spark those aha moments without, needing to read all 365 entries at once. So let's explore what it really means to create meaningful change.
Okay, so right off the bat, the book talks about the difference between superficial changes and something much, much deeper. It's not just rearranging things on the surface, is it?
No, precisely.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is this idea that we each have this inner vision, you could call it, about what our lives could be. But it might have gotten a bit quieted over time by external demands and expectations.
Right.
So the book suggests true transformation comes from reconnecting with that inner voice,
Yeah.
really listening to it.
That makes a lot of sense. And day one really grounds this idea, right now, in the present. It says something like, you are exactly where you need to be. This is the perfect day to start your life again.
It's quite powerful.
Yeah, it shifts your mindset away from dwelling on the past, and focuses on embracing right now.
It totally reframes the idea of a pivot. It's not about waiting for some perfect future moment to start. It's recognizing the potential for growth, for a fresh start, like in this very moment,
Yeah.
regardless of your circumstances.
Okay, now this part I found really fascinating. Day 3 offers a very different take on happiness. It kind of moves away from the usual benchmarks like career success or, having the perfect house.
Yes, exactly. It shifts the focus much more internally and also relationally. So think about the quality of your connections, the love within relationships,
Okay.
or finding something you love so much that time just disappears. Cultivating inner peace, making the best of whatever comes your way, and really noticing those small joys. It's much more about how you're being and experiencing life rather than just what you possess.
It feels more sustainable that way, doesn't it? Because external things, they can come and go.
Absolutely.
Then day 4 introduces this concept of the pause, like self-protection, through creating space between a feeling and your reaction. How does that work, practically speaking?
Well, the key is awareness,
Yeah.
right? Becoming aware of that tiny gap.
Yeah.
So a strong emotion comes up, maybe frustration, maybe anger, and instead of immediately reacting,
Jumping straight in.
you intentionally create a moment of stillness, just a breath, maybe. And in that space, you have the power to choose how you engage. The book says what you engage with is what you empower.
Right, so you're consciously directing your energy, not just getting swept away.
Precisely. It's about mindful engagement.
That's a really practical tool for you, the learner, if you want to be intentional with your focus. Okay, building on that internal awareness, day 5 talks about these 2 rivers running through us. Can you unpack that metaphor?
Sure. It's a powerful image. One river is like the constant flow of external voices, society's expectations, advice from others, all the pressures of the world. The other river is much quieter, often overlooked. It's our own inner guidance, our intuition. And the book talks about living your life only according to that external river.
And then realizing something's missing.
Exactly. Realizing your hands are empty, as the book puts it, because you've been holding on to someone else's map, essentially. It's a strong call to tune back into your own internal compass.
Yeah, a check-in. Are you living a life that truly aligns with you? Okay, then day 8 challenges the typical idea of a life lived to the fullest. The constant excitement, the non-stop adventure.
Right. It reframes it. A full life is defined more as knowing how to be where your feet are,
Yeah.
prioritizing self-care,
Yeah.
building a simple, authentic life you're genuinely proud of.
So less about the highlights reel, more about the everyday.
Exactly. Finding joy and contentment in the ordinary rather than always chasing some huge external idea of fulfillment. It suggests that a stable inner life is actually the foundation for a truly rich experience.
Presence and appreciation. I like that. Now, switching gears a bit, day 10 talks about moving forward from challenges. It has an interesting take on letting go of burdens.
Yeah, it's not just about putting the burden down. The book frames it as learning how you learn to stop picking it up again.
Oh, okay. The active part.
Right. It's about cultivating the inner resolve, the strength to not return to those old patterns, the harmful habits, the negative relationships, the self-defeating thoughts. It's about consciously outgrowing those crutches and reaching for something healthier.
So a deliberate choice not to repeat the past. Day 12 then touches on something pretty fundamental. Our individual place in the world, our significance.
The book uses this metaphor of the world as a massive daydream, and it suggests that you personally are an integral, irreplaceable part of it. Like the picture wouldn't be complete without your unique piece.
That's quite affirming.
It is. And it encourages you to listen to your deepest calling, implying you have something specific to offer that only you can.
Right. Following that unique path. Okay, day 16 highlights something we often undervalue. Quiet and stillness.
Yes, it points out that those quiet times, even if they feel unproductive, like a winter for the soul, that's often when the most profound inner work gets done.
The unseen growth.
Exactly. He uses the analogy of a symphony. The rests, the silences, are just as crucial as the loud notes for the overall harmony. It validates that slowing down isn't wasted time, it's actually essential.
A good reminder that internal work is still work. Then day 17 offers a helpful way to frame those misconnections or opportunities that don't work out.
Yeah, it suggests trusting them, actually. Trusting that what isn't working out might be guiding you, subtly, towards what will. It reframes setbacks not as failures, but as potential redirections, trusting the process, even when it's unclear.
Having faith when things don't go exactly to plan. Okay, day 21 gives us permission almost to focus on our strengths.
It does. It encourages nurturing and really engaging with your greatest strengths, rather than pouring all your energy into fixing weaknesses.
Like, don't try to be perfectly well-rounded.
Sort of.
Yeah.
It suggests you're not meant to be leveled out in every single direction. Trying to force growth in areas where you don't naturally excel can be, well, counterproductive. Lean into our natural gifts.
That feels quite liberating, actually, not having to be good at everything. Day 22 then reminds us of something we often forget about ourselves, our inherent resilience.
Yes, it's a powerful acknowledgement. You've already navigated every unexpected challenge life has thrown at you so far. You've overcome things.
True.
The book emphasizes that remarkable strength of the human spirit you possess, and that you'll carry it into the future.
Recognizing our own track record, really. Day 24 brings us to a lovely concept, finding peace within ourselves.
It describes you as the peace between the highs and the lows. That constant, unwavering center you always return to. And it suggests that realizing this, living from this place, is actually deeper and more lasting than just chasing fleeting happiness.
Finding that inner anchor. Day 25 expresses a hope for how we experience life.
Yeah, it hopes you learn to live in a way that makes you genuinely glad to be alive. Not because of big achievements, but for the simple beauty of small things, the excitement for the day ahead.
Being fully present.
Right. Really experiencing life, not just imagining how it looks from the outside.
Immersing yourself. Day 26 connects finding yourself with, interestingly, losing parts of yourself.
Finding yourself also requires losing who you once thought yourself to be. As you grow, your sense of self shifts. Healing involves embracing these changes, letting go of outdated ideas about who you are.
Growth involves shedding old layers. Day 27 explores that dance between willpower and surrender.
It describes a common path. First, you wake up to your inner power, maybe overuse it a bit, try to control everything.
Been there.
Right. Then you learn the balance. When to exert your will, and when to trust and surrender to a larger flow or path. Finding that wisdom.
Knowing when to push, when to allow. Day 29 offers a beautiful perspective on desire.
It suggests that what you want to create also wants to be created through you, implying this deep link between your inner longings and what the world might actually need or be ready for.
Like your personal passions align with a larger purpose?
Potentially, yes. Day 30 gives some very practical advice on energy management.
Oh, this is important.
It advises stopping pouring yourself into things that give nothing back. or trying to fit where you just don't belong anymore. Instead, invest your energy where things are already flowing. Listen for that quiet yes in life.
Being mindful of where your energy goes. Okay, day 31 uses this powerful image of unrealized potential.
It calls you an ocean of unrealized potential, mostly unknown until tested. It speaks to rediscovering energy you thought was lost, adapting, regulating to a new normal, and trusting the unknown to reveal strengths.
A hopeful reminder of our inner capacity. Day 32 tackles the tough reality of outgrowing things, even things we love.
It gently says, you will have to outgrow some things you love. Some things are for a season, not forever. It reframes letting go not as failure, but as a sign of completion, of evolution.
Endings as part of growth, comforting in a way. Day 33 offers simple guidance when you feel stuck, like, what next?
It suggests the answer is usually right there, often requiring an inward look, not more external seeking. Accept the answers you've already been given, use what you already have.
Trusting your inner knowing and current resources. Day 36 connects difficulty being present with avoiding something internally.
Yeah, if it's hard to land in the present moment, maybe it's because the quiet holds something you're hesitant to face. But with courage, those inner demons can dissolve.
Facing what we avoid leads to peace. Day 37 has some counterintuitive points about health and feelings.
Right, like the healthiest things might seem underwhelming if you're used to chaos. And your biggest, loudest feelings aren't always the most accurate guides.
Good point. Look beyond the immediate intensity. Day 38 strongly validates the need for rest.
Absolutely. Even when it feels unproductive by outside standards, rest is crucial. Listen to your inner being. Taking life at your own pace isn't slacking off. It's spiritual freedom, the book calls it.
Permission to rest without guilt. Day 39 talks about carving a new path.
You're here to carve a new way, defy expectations. Nurture that feeling of a life fully lived within yourself, not based on how others see you.
Inner authenticity over external validation. Day 40 makes us consider our environment's impact.
How does your environment, your daily structure, evoke different emotional states? Things we might mistake for fixed traits. Where do you feel most peaceful, most open, most inspired?
Recognizing how surroundings shape our inner state. Day 44 stresses the need for real experiences.
Happiness requires real things that grip your heart, make you feel you're here for a reason. When we deny authentic experience, we often reach for more stuff when we actually crave deeper connection.
Active participation, not passive consumption. Day 45 frames letting go as an act of faith.
It's not meant to be easy. The struggle itself is a testament to your faith in something greater unfolding, even if you can't see it yet.
Finding meaning in the difficulty of release. Day 47 pushes us to see the abundance we already have.
Through questions, it prompts recognizing perfect moments, what you already possess, how much you matter right now, shifting focus from lack to presence.
Gratitude for the present. Day 48 offers that simple, beautiful well-being check.
When you go outside, how beautiful is the flower? That is how you know. A direct link between our inner state and perceiving external beauty.
Inner landscape reflected outward. Day 49 gives practical advice on trust and independence.
Don't depend on everyone, but learn to rely on those you trust. Make your home a safe space. Focus on what you have, building a secure foundation.
Groundedness in relationships and home. Day 50 defines those pivot periods.
That space between no longer and not yet. We tend to revert to old coping mechanisms then. It takes courage to stay open to new possibilities, even miracles during that uncertainty.
Embracing the discomfort of transition. Day 52 reframes loss powerfully.
Not everything you lose is a loss. Some losses are freedom, second chances, vital guidance in disguise, looking for the positive potential in endings.
Loss as liberation or redirection. Day 55 uses the life as a canvas metaphor.
Painted by your subconscious, what matters most is what you see within it, your inner perception shaping reality.
The power of inner perspective. Day 56 reinforces trusting inner knowing.
You're not looking for external answers, but for your own knowing to be reflected back, trusting that inner wisdom.
Validating our internal compass. Day 57 broadens the definition of love.
Beyond just romantic love, there are other equal joys, other worthwhile pursuits. Romantic love isn't the end-all be-all, doesn't excuse inner work. Nurture the love you already have, especially self-love.
Multiple forms of love. Self-love is foundational. Day 60 describes the love we're really waiting for.
Intuitive and clear. Doesn't make you question your worthiness. Recognizing a healthy, genuine connection.
Embracing relationships that feel right. Day 61 encourages moving from head to heart, or head to hands, really.
Get out of your head, into your life. Do just one thing differently. Care for yourself in quiet, tangible ways, grounding self-care in action.
Small actions foster well-being. Day 65 connects becoming with making peace with the past.
Knowing who you're becoming makes it easier to accept who you've been. Dissect the past for lessons, not burdens.
Past as wisdom, not weight. Day 69 reminds us we aren't our coping mechanisms.
You aren't the ways you hardened yourself. You're the one confronting and releasing those parts now. Recognizing the healing journey.
Identifying with the conscious self, not the old defenses. Day 70 links leaving the good for the exceptional with inner knowing.
That scary idea often comes from an inner knowing you've already decided. The journey then is finding the courage, not just the answers.
Trusting intuition for big leaps. Day 71 sees hiccups as intelligent universe interventions.
Little incongruences, delays. Maybe they're the universe stepping in for more important constructions down the line, trusting the larger process.
Purpose even in minor frustrations. Day 72 validates needing more time where you are.
Feeling the need to stay longer, release more. Be on the verge, even without seeing the end. That's okay. Trust your inner timing.
Respecting our own rhythm of change. Day 73 finds purpose in subtle moments.
Trust the transformative power of the present. You know more than you think you do. Meaning can arise unexpectedly.
Everyday moments hold potential. Day 82 suggests solace in simple presence.
Sometimes the point is just be in the garden, find solace in quiet moments. Not everything needs solving.
The value of just being. Day 83 explains recurring thoughts or themes.
If something keeps calling you back, there's a lesson there, wisdom to extract. Not a sign you're broken, but prime for growth.
Paying attention to inner nudges. Day 84 describes heaviness as carrying what isn't yours.
A sign you're carrying something too far, too long, something that was never truly yours. Sense who you'd be without it.
Identifying and releasing external burdens. Day 85 defines authenticity through consistent choice.
Not stream of consciousness, but what you consistently choose. You can defy the past, become who you decide to be through action.
Creating ourselves through choices. Day 86 portrays happiness as gently built ritual.
Build through rituals, consistent effort, strengthening bonds, uncovering beauty, growing comfortable with yourself, cumulative effect of intentional living.
Happiness as active, ongoing creation. Day 92 reiterates self-love as inward nurturing.
Realizing it's not an outward measure, but an inward tending, an inward care.
Focusing love and compassion inward. Day 93 connects today's experience to yesterday's choices.
Today stems from yesterday's minor choices. And today's choices should reflect not just who you are, but who you're becoming. Anticipate future needs.
Long-term impact of daily decisions. Day 96 defines maturity as not being for everyone.
Realizing you're not supposed to be for everyone, focus on creating your universe, deciding what is for you, setting boundaries, defining your path.
Discernment and self-alignment. Day 97 describes inner wisdom showing the next right step.
Not the whole map, just the next step. Trusting that step unlocks everything else.
Trusting the immediate intuitive guidance. Day 98 offers that transformative idea about loving what is.
When you love your life exactly as it is, it transforms into everything you wanted. The power of acceptance.
Transformation through radical acceptance. Day 99 explains heavy feelings asking for attention.
They ask for attention, not intervention. Become fully aware, and they gradually release themselves.
Allowing feelings to be processed through awareness. Day 102 emphasizes the inevitability of change.
You are meant to change your mind, perceptions, desires. Evolve, adapt, grow, shed old layers, let go. Trust renewal.
Change as natural and necessary. Day 103 frames challenge as a catalyst.
Truth has to challenge you to change you. Question limits stop you to redirect, test you before rewarding.
Challenges serving growth. Day 104 shifts focus from avoiding fights to finding what's worth fighting for.
You don't need a life without a fight, but a life worth fighting for. Purposeful engagement.
Seeking meaning over ease. Day 105 encourages allowing internal coexistence.
Let mismatched elements of yourself coexist, come together, fade apart. Let inner guidance lead to a more beautiful story than you could write.
Embracing inner complexity. Day 106 highlights the strength required for self-correction.
Strength to witness patterns, correct course, resist the familiar, choose differently, believe in the unseen, become who you want to be.
The courage of conscious change. Day 107 redefines resilience, sometimes as softness.
Not always toughness, sometimes softness to let things move through you, willingness not to act on unwanted emotions.
Resilience is flexibility and non-reaction. Day 108 acknowledges the painful path to ending suffering.
Ending suffering is initially painful, but leads to peace, a new life. necessary discomfort for transformation.
The often difficult start of true peace. Day 109 sees hurting as a sign of fighting for peace.
Your hurting means something within still fights for peace, hopes for beauty, a sign of inner life.
Pain as an indicator of striving. Day 111 validates disappearing to work on yourself.
It's okay to disappear for a while, start over, wipe the slate clean, create space for internal growth.
Permission for quiet rebuilding. Day 112 connects self-worth and recognizing your own light.
If your worth isn't self-evident to them, they aren't worthy of your effort. The light you see in others is also within you.
Self-worth and seeing inner light. Day 113 describes feeling states as portals.
Portals of possibility. Listen to your body and soul's messages.
Feelings as information. Day 114 emphasizes the power of saying no.
It's okay to say no, not prioritize everything. Your energy is your most valuable investment. Prioritize wisely.
Protecting your energy. Day 115 warns about comfort becoming a vice.
When it hinders long-term well-being, prevents facing fears, makes the familiar the only option.
When comfort hinders growth. Day 117 suggests the lasting impact of loving aspects.
The most loving things about you survive you. Other aspects teach by contrast. Focus on cultivating love.
Legacy of love. Day 118 encourages savoring happy moments.
Slow down in happiness. Stretch it wide. Recognize this peacefulness as your true self.
Deepening moments of joy. Day 121 links self-sabotage to deservingness.
Believing you don't deserve the light. Ask what part feels nourished by the rain of difficulty. Is there a better way to nourish it?
Understanding roots of self-sabotage. Day 127 reframes arriving.
Not having everything you want, but realizing you already have everything you need. Shifting perspective on fulfillment.
Need versus want. Day 128 highlights the power of one tiny shift.
One new thread changes everything. Small victories create waves of transformation. Don't underestimate small changes.
The ripple effect of small actions. Day 129 defines growing up as discernment.
Realizing not everything is for you. Learning to be the best version of yourself, not someone else. Authenticity over imitation.
Maturity as self-knowledge and focus. Day 130 describes unpacking burdens.
Placing down what you carry means unpacking it piece by piece. Ask what's yours, what's true, alchemize burdens into catalysts.
Conscious processing of burdens. Day 131 encourages drawing lines between chapters.
Clear psychic weight. End old versions. Welcome the next with lessons learned and more grace. Conscious transitions.
Marking transitions clearly. Day 132 urges belief despite heaviness.
Don't let the weight dissuade you from your vision. Don't assume fear is final. Persevere in belief.
Holding vision through difficulty. Day 133 finds strength in deep feelings.
Capacity for deep, complex feelings is a sign of inner strength, ability to process nuance. Requires courage not to numb.
Emotional depth as strength. Day 135 promises return and softening inward.
You will laugh, love, find yourself, believe again, not by going backward, but by softening inward. Trust the process of return.
Healing through softening, not forcing. Day 139 advises studying what you see and love.
Study what you see, love. No isn't yet yours. Understand yourself, define your contours, understand what you truly want to create. Desire is information.
Learning from attraction and longing. Day 140 addresses the voice of inner limitation.
It cries loudly when you surpass it. Remember, you're supported by the same force animating the universe. Trust your expansion.
Overcoming inner critics. Day 147 warns against the illusion of forever.
Don't approach life like you have forever. Don't mistake external steps for freedom. Step inward. Realize the present is enough. Urgency of now.
Presence over postponement. Day 153 encourages living beyond past expectations.
Have faith in yourself before anyone else does. Consistent action on your visions creates reality. Self-belief fuels creation.
Prioritizing self-belief. Day 155 calls seeing the best within a duty.
It's your duty to see the best in yourself. Those who believe in themselves move through life with more kindness, wholeness.
Self-belief benefits everyone. Day 156 advises following meaningful visions.
Follow the vision most meaningful to you, not the world's. Base decisions on feeling, not appearance. Inner alignment over outer approval.
Trusting internal resonance. Day 157 assures potential remains despite the past.
Everything meant for you still waits, even after failures or feeling stuck. You still contain the potential. Hope in inherent potential.
Unchanging inner potential. Day 158 sees subtle intuitions as portals.
Subtle poles or portals to your future. Choose beautiful experiences wholeheartedly. Trust the gentle nudges.
Intuition as guidance. Day 160 defines purpose as infusing love.
Not a single act, but a way of moving through the world, infusing everything with more love. A way of being. Give softer eyes. Seize potential.
Purpose as a way of being. Day 161 encourages thinking beyond assumed limits.
Don't fight to preserve limitations. Envision possibilities when new ideas defy them. Openness to expansion.
Challenging self-imposed limits. Day 167 connects becoming with receiving.
Work on becoming the person you want to be, and things meant for you find you. What you ask for is a feeling state born from inner depth.
Inner work attracts outer alignment. Day 169 highlights intuition as life-giving navigation.
Subtle, illogical pulls are often your most life-giving internal navigation, leading to important experiences. Trust the nonlinear path.
Honoring illogical guidance. Day 170 assures strength emerges in the moment.
The version of you needed for any situation will be born then. You have layers of strength within. Trust your adaptive capacity.
Latent strength revealed by need. Day 171 emphasizes truth found in stillness.
Stillness reveals undeniable truth. Many busy themselves to avoid acknowledging what they already know. Courage to be still.
Stillness as revealer. Day 172 advises honoring your fullest conviction.
If something feels wrong with your fullest conviction, don't do it. This feeling distinguishes fear from true intuition. Deep inner alignment.
Trusting deep conviction. Day 173 talks about living in reality, not others' heads.
Living in others' heads, trying to earn love, creates image over reality. Heal by understanding you can't control perception, but can become who you want in real time.
Releasing control of perception. Day 178 describes healing within difficult situations.
When you can't leave pain, learn boundaries, strengthen yourself from within, choose actions consciously, work on parts of yourself mirrored in those who bother you. Inner work amidst challenge.
Internal locus of control. Day 185 advises standing still to change strategy.
When trapped in a pattern, stand still, look back. Maybe not lack of strength, but need for a different strategy. Pause for perspective.
Reassessing strategy. Day 187 explains loves are unique and irreplaceable.
No two loves are repeatable. Grieve loss, but know there are other exquisite things to find. Openness to new loves.
Honoring uniqueness of connections. Day 190 emphasizes allowing, not forcing, healing.
Cannot force healing, only intend and allow. Every sensation processed in its own time, not your preferred timeline. Patience with healing.
Surrendering to healing's pace. Day 194 portrays embracing contradictions for full self-actualization.
You are a field of contradictions. Embrace juxtapositions as the path to the fullest version of yourself. Wholeness includes paradox.
Integrating contradictions. Day 197 advises telling yourself you're okay despite everything.
Look yourself in the eye and say, I'm okay. Not because it's perfect, but despite every reason you shouldn't be. Radical self-acceptance.
Affirming okayness amidst imperfection. Day 108 assures you'll see your strength over time.
One day, things that deeply troubled you will move through with more ease. You'll see your own strength. Recognize progress.
Acknowledging growth over time. Day 199 describes the organic rhythm of expansion and contraction.
Energy, love for life. Natural seasons of exhale and inhale. Not always flowering makes it special. Accepting cycles.
Natural ebb and flow. Day 200 urges holding on to faith in new beginnings.
Don't let hope be extinguished. Maintain faith in another experience. A new life is always possible. Persistent hope.
Believing in possibility. Day 201 assures transformation can come through pain.
Feeling depleted can mean you're at the end of one version, ready to transform. New miracles emerge through pain. Pain as portal.
Potential within depletion. Day 204 highlights practicing peace and resilience.
Learn to practice peace, discern worthy battles, not believe intrusive thoughts, try without assuming failure, become resilient through practice, conscious skill building.
Resilience as a practice. Day 205 advises responding intelligently to emotions.
Align actions with emotions wisely in anger, boundaries, inspiration, creation, love, connection, shape reality, emotional intelligence in action.
Using emotions constructively. Day 209 emphasizes the sacredness of sensitivity.
Being sensitive, feeling deeply, embracing human aspects. These are sacred. Value sensitivity.
Sensitivity as sacred. Day 210 describes working toward peace through practice.
Peace in quiet moments comes through repeated practice. Disengaging self-destructive thoughts, acclimating to a new way. Peace as practice.
Cultivating peace actively. Day 211 explains inevitable emergence of inner truths.
Certain things within are predestined to emerge. Regardless of circumstance, they are alive, asking to be born outward. Trust inner unfolding.
Inevitability of authentic expression. Day 212 reminds us we're here to deepen and let go.
Came here to grow deeper, let go, tie loose ends, love. Don't deny yourself adventure. Embrace the full journey.
Embracing the depth of experience. Day 214 notes the cyclical nature of peace and storms.
You chase happiness fearing it's fleeting, cling to pain assuming it's permanent, but your stasis is inner peace you always return to. Storms pass. Trust the return to center.
Inner peace is baseline. Day 215 reframes the journey as being enough for yourself.
Learning to be enough for yourself, know your needs, set boundaries. You are a universe all your own. Self-sufficiency and self-knowledge.
Becoming self-reliant. Day 216 hopes you press boundaries and let fear lead.
Press boundaries. Let fear lead to treasured parts of the journey. Connect with yourself. Let living surprise you. Embrace the unknown.
Courage to explore edges. Day 217 emphasizes the rarity of an honest heart.
Honest heart. Willing to be earnest. Keep loving. Rare. Irony. Cynicism are shields icing you out from your own experience. Value earnestness.
Choosing vulnerability over cynicism. Day 218 reminds you to choose how experiences shape you.
Current experiences shape who you become. Decide. Will they deepen you or scar you? Conscious meaning making.
Agency in response to experience. Day 219 hopes you see yourself with kinder eyes.
Learn kinder self-perception. Find beauty in rest. Nurture yourself simply. See strengths more than weaknesses. Self-compassion.
Cultivating self-kindness. Day 220 hopes the improbability of existence inspires belief.
Vast improbability of your existence. Hope it makes you believe in something. A pole bringing you where you're meant to be. Wonder and faith.
Awe as a source of faith. Day 222 suggests traces of the future in your history.
Traces of the future line your history. All loose ends find each other mysteriously. Trust, no experience is wasted, meaning in retrospect.
Trusting the pattern emerges. Day 223 advises guiding next steps with inner wisdom.
Ask your 90-year-old self. Sense honestly from the beginning. Weigh positives, negatives. Guide steps toward becoming who you're meant to be. Accessing inner guidance.
Tools for inner clarity. Day 224 explains flow comes after giving up resistance.
Best parts flow after giving up trying to be someone you're not, placing others' opinions above yours, fitting wrong pieces. Surrender brings flow.
Releasing resistance. Day 225 reminds of the universal desire for love and understanding.
At the end, everyone seeks a soft place to land, arms to hold them, someone to listen, urges compassion, shared humanity.
Compassion from shared needs. Day 226 suggests enrichment through describing life.
Your life enriches as you expand your ability to describe, understand the intricacies of being alive. Language deepens experience.
Articulation enhances life. Day 227 encourages heeding inner calls as seeds.
Heed inner calls, little nudges, subtle seeds of unactualized potential showing the way. Trust small promptings.
Small nudges as guidance. Day 229 reassures about timing.
Just because it's not happening in your expected timing doesn't mean it's not happening. Trust divine timing.
Patience with process. Day 230 reframes setbacks as breakthroughs.
Moments feeling like failure can be breakthroughs in disguise. Urges different response to repeated challenges. Learning from patterns.
Setbacks as opportunities. Day 231 suggests pivots reroute to greatest destinies.
Hardest pivots can reroute you to greatest destinies. Growth can occur in unlikely circumstances through inner alignment. Trusting detours.
Unexpected paths to destiny. Day 235 encourages using what's in front of you.
Toss old blueprints. Use what's here now. Give in to your flow and potential. Present moment resourcefulness.
Working with the present. Day 236 emphasizes meaningful existence in small ways.
Existence only has to feel meaningful to you in smallest ways. One perfect moment awakens the soul. Redefining meaning.
Finding meaning locally. Day 237 advises letting life unravel and reform.
Let seams unravel. Reform life as you really intend. Time reveals all truth if you wait. Trust the unfolding.
Allowing organic restructuring. Day 238 portrays life as collaboration with the universe.
Collaboration with vast forces. Given improbability of your being, how can you think you're not here for a reason? Sense of purpose and existence.
Co-creation with life. Day 239 suggests purpose in imperfection and human experience.
Came here to know what can only be known in human form. Embrace this imperfect purpose. Value the human journey.
Embracing humanity. Day 241 asks what-if questions to encourage trust.
What if discomfort leads elsewhere? Desires behind fears. Plan bigger than you understand. Trust your heart's unseen knowledge. Trust beyond understanding.
Faith in the unknown. Day 242 highlights the power of thought and intention.
Power of mind. Thought meets intention. Feeling leads to consistent action. Builds unexpected experiences. Mind creates reality.
Conscious creation. Day 243 assures change is possible through understanding resistance.
You can change. Designed for it. But not by overpowering resistance without understanding what it's protecting. Work with resistance.
Understanding before changing. Day 246 encourages remembering past strength.
Facing tough times. Remember past mountains scaled, nights endured. Trust ease will return. You are enough. Drawing on past resilience.
Accessing inner history of strength. Day 247 describes shifting from forcing to attracting.
Shift from forcing outcomes to attracting what's meant. Surrender. Focus on being strongest, clearest, kindest self. Nurture yourself sincerely. Turn your light on. Alignment attracts.
Being versus doing. Day 250 advises rest and self-compassion during pain.
Allow extended rest without guilt when hurting. Nurture simply, accept bare minimum, but don't let the moment overtake self-concept. Gentle self-care in hardship.
Radical self-compassion. Day 251 emphasizes the power to decide how to respond to emotions.
What makes you human? Ability to decide response based on truth, not just instinct or misperceived pressures. Conscious emotional response.
Agency over emotions. Day 253 reminds of carrying true threads through shed versions.
Many versions shed already. Look for common true threads carried through them all. Identifying core self.
Essence amidst change. Day 254 offers simple advice. Show up, little by little.
Don't figure everything out today. Just show up a little more as the person you want to be. Repeat tomorrow. Incremental change.
Small steps accumulate. Day 255 encourages keeping daydreams alive.
Don't retire daydreams. Everything originated in someone's believed idea. Bridging vision and experience is your life's journey. Power of imagination.
Nurturing vision. Day 256 assures return of what's truly meant for you.
If truly meant for you, it comes back, even after pushing away. Teaches necessary lessons. It's always a piece of you. Trusting destiny's persistence.
Inevitability of alignment. Day 258 defines a leap of faith.
Stepping away from what's good in pursuit of what could be extraordinary. Risking for potential.
Courage for the exceptional. Day 259 cautions against excessive introspection.
Too much can lead to dissatisfaction. Balance with outward experience. Rest your mind. Return to self with kindness. Balance inward-outward focus.
Moderation and self-analysis. Day 260 hopes for gratitude and faith.
Take nothing for granted. See every experience as teacher. Have faith what's meant finds you. Never lose belief in your happy ending. Cultivating faith and gratitude.
Maintaining hope and appreciation. Day 262 urges going for lingering dreams.
Go for lingering dreams. There are callings. If you prefer where you started, doors to destined places never close. Answering the call.
Heeding persistent desires. Day 265 asks about caring for the present self.
What if true growth is caring for present self, not waiting for flawless version, allowing all parts to coexist, present self-acceptance?
Honoring the now self. Day 268 states every right step is a victory.
Every step in the right direction is itself a victory, makes you a little more free. Celebrate progress.
Acknowledging small wins. Day 269 defines alignment clearly.
Alignment leads to more peace. Deeper place within, honors values, maintains honesty, space for growth, makes you better human, markers of alignment.
Checking for inner resonance. Day 270 advises judging yourself by bravery.
Judge by bravely weathering storms, loving imperfect hearts, facing fears, getting back up, redefining self-judgment.
Judging by courage and love. Day 271 assures dormant power activates when needed.
Power need is dormant inside, activates when needed. Different versions for different seasons, trusting latent abilities.
Inner resources on demand. Day 272 reminds of shared human condition.
Nobody knows exactly what they're doing. Seeing pain as part of human condition allows more self-kindness, normalizing struggle.
Self-compassion through shared humanity. Day 273 emphasizes learning right now.
Right now, learning how to live, be yourself, love yourself today and the person you'll become. Process over perfection.
Embracing the learning process. Day 274 encourages expecting good things.
Walk as though destiny could arrive any moment. Good things find you when you expect them. Power of positive expectation.
Cultivating expectancy. Day 275 advises overcoming fear of judgment through self-approval.
Who do you fear judging you? Abstract fear hides specific rejections. Practice self-approval first. Heal. Regain perspective. Prioritizing self-acceptance.
Internal validation first. Day 276 encourages letting love change you.
Let yourself be changed by love, beauty, opportunities. Acknowledge how far you've come. Openness to positive transformation.
Allowing growth through love. Day 277 explains leaping through fear.
Can't think way out of fear. Must leap, heart racing until you create new comfort zone and desires. Action despite fear.
Moving through fear. Day 278 advises going inward when wanting to numb.
Moments of wanting to turn away. Go inward, nurture yourself, build internal rapport to understand needs. Turning towards self.
Inner connection over avoidance. Day 279 describes fullness born from brokenness.
Invisible fullness awakens after being broken down. Heightens capacity for love, reveals life's contrasts, growth through adversity.
Post-traumatic growth. Day 284 suggests the real journey is in pursuing dreams.
Dream beyond capacity starts true journey into trust, becoming who you need to be. Point is who you become in process. Process over outcome.
Value of the pursuit. Day 287 states potential nourished by awareness.
What's written in stars seated in heart. But you become what you nourish with awareness. Focus determines reality.
Directing awareness. Day 288 assures making a life amidst grief.
Going to make a life. Allow flowers through grief. Choose hope over fear. Follow your heart. Hope amidst sorrow.
Resilience and growth. Day 289 highlights power of simple grounding.
Power of grounding in unassuming ways. Quiet mornings, changing sensory input, simple self-regulation.
Basic grounding techniques. Day 290 encourages leaping towards the unseen reach.
Listen to part reaching for something unseen. Trust inner guidance to leap toward it. Following inner pull.
Trusting subtle desires. Day 291 prompts reflection on heaviest chapters.
What inspired you then? Made you believe in love? Soothed you? Made you know yourself better? Learning from past hardship.
Wisdom from challenges. Day 292 reminds destiny has no expiration date.
No expiration date. Major life events happen anytime. Openness to all timelines.
Releasing age expectations. Day 293 explains peace can begin with uprooting.
Choosing peace isn't always gentle initially. Can involve screaming out pain, setting boundaries, saying no, beginning anew. Disruptive start to peace.
Peace requires action. Day 294 states transformation involves moving towards discomfort.
Those transformed often move toward discomfort, go inward, facing challenges head on.
Leaning into discomfort. Day 295 encourages falling in love with yourself.
Open to possibility of falling in love with yourself. Divinity seen in others might be a reflection of you, recognizing inner divinity.
Radical self-love. Day 296 summarizes advice for younger self.
Enjoy moment, don't worry about uncontrollables, take risks, love fully, be young. Core life wisdom.
Simple life advice. Day 298 assures life defined by bravery, not tepidity.
Life won't be defined by hesitancy, but by bravery diving into life. Legacy of courage.
Valuing bold living. Day 299 explains processing feelings in real time.
Sit with, allow feelings without changing them. Process in real time. Leads to sharper awareness. Mindful emotional processing.
Allowing feelings. Day 300 offers concise thought on repeated steps.
Where you repeatedly step becomes where you ultimately land. Impact of habits.
Consistency shapes destiny. Day 301 prompts contemplating finite moments.
How differently view remaining holidays, summers, sunrises, moments with loved ones, if new number limited. Appreciation through finitude.
Heightened appreciation. Day 303 reframes anger as desire for boundaries.
Anger, not misfiring. Desire for boundaries, response to unfairness, presence of spirit arising. Understanding anger's message.
Anger as signal. Day 306 encourages piecing life with inspiration.
Piece life with things that inspire you, however incongruent. Craft your masterpiece, following inspiration.
Creating authentic life collage. Day 307 states kindness is the key.
Kindness to self, everyone. Key unlocks everything you ever wanted. Power kindness.
Kindness is core principle. Day 309 advises finding true self in stillness.
Get still, quiet in solitude. Move past fear. Hear true self. Desires emerge from there. Solitude for clarity.
Stillness reveals desire. Day 317 points out carrying teenage complexes.
Possible to carry teenage complexes into adulthood. Healing isn't automatic with time, requires conscious effort, ongoing work.
Lifelong healing. Day 319 defines true living as slowness and presence.
Embodying slowness, savoring little things, creating calm, focusing intently on present, deep presence.
Living slowly and presently. Day 320 suggests sabotage indicates readiness to go.
Sabotage could be subconscious, saying you're ready to leave, don't truly want it. Inquire into impulses, sabotage as message.
Listening to some conscious signals. Day 321 offers empowerment against opinions.
Promise yourself they won't stop you, then their opinions hold no power. Internal locus of control.
Neutralizing external judgment. Day 322 explains brain seeks route to believed dreams.
Consistently tell self you'll reach dreams. Brain seeks route, affirms consistent thought. Mind follows belief.
Power of consistent affirmation. Day 323 describes unbargainable truth at soul center.
Inner knowing, unbargainable truth. Waiting acknowledgement. Can set fire to old stories, build new life. Core truth power.
Accessing soul-level truth. Day 325 states beginning again requires letting go.
Let go of what's kind of working on blind faith. You'll find what effortlessly fits. Courage to release the good enough.
Releasing for better alignment. Day 328 offers key to momentum.
Nothing initiates momentum more than realizing how far you've already come. Acknowledging progress fuels motivation.
Recognizing past achievements. Day 329 reframes life as fluid energy.
Fluid energy constantly reorienting around present. Destined events are blueprints within, expressed outwardly malleably, flexible destiny.
Life's adaptability. Day 330 suggests dependence indicates needed release.
Feeling you can't live without something you struggle with. Part of self-concept wrapped up in it needs release. Identifying unhealthy attachments.
Releasing codependence. Day 335 poses questions about simplifying life.
Impact of simplifying to-do list. Healing potential of slow, beautiful life without guilt. Benefits of simplification.
Power of simplicity. Day 336 offers binary perspective on experiences.
Either teach you to savor love or reveal block to love already present. Experiences as teachers about love.
Learning about love. Day 337 emphasizes reacclimation to all change.
All change requires reacclimation. Embrace new beginnings, rest in them, relearn life from new vantage point. Adapting to change.
Adjusting to new normals. Day 338 offers profound thought on greatest offering.
Greatest offering, not always something you do, but the person you become. Being as contribution.
Who you are matters. Day 339 describes true change involving identity deconstruction.
Not just leaving what doesn't support you, deconstructing old identity, building new one. Deep identity work.
Fundamental identity shifts. Day 340 advises balancing soothing and expanding experiences.
Delineate life. Segments of soothing, segments of expanding, nurturing and fulfilling aspects. Need both for sustainability. Balance, comfort, and growth.
Integrating ease and challenge. Day 348 offers powerful distinction on worthiness.
Worthiness no longer tied to what you have, how seen. You are the hands holding it. Internal source of worth.
Worthiness as inherent. Day 349 highlights nature as connection to origin.
Natural world. Last true thread connecting to source explains its nostalgic rebalancing effects. Nature connection.
Restorative power of nature. Day 353 reframes rushing and timing.
Job isn't to rush. Job is to determine type of person who will meet your destined moments. Focus on becoming, not forcing.
Being ready for timing. Day 354 proposes moving beyond childhood safety needs.
Life plan might be built on child's need for safety. As adult, need to be set free. Reevaluating core motivations.
Maturing beyond old needs. Day 355 reminds endings not always failures.
Not every connection lasts forever. Endings can signify completion, growth, beauty, truest love of letting someone chase calling, positive framing of endings.
Endings as completion. Day 356 finds purpose in delays, detours, heartbreak.
Delay ensures being on time. Detours lead back. Heartbreak teaches self-love. Failure awakens resilience, finding meaning in difficulty.
Purpose within challenges. Day 357 states hunger for profound life signals destiny.
Hunger for more profound life, clearest sign you're destined for it. Requires sacrifice, challenge, self-belief. Desire is compass.
Longing indicates potential. Day 358 hopes for courage to change course.
Find courage to change course often. Release constructed lives on unfamiliar dreams. Build one simply your own. Flexibility and authenticity.
Courage for authenticity. Day 359 advises trusting the unexpected labyrinth.
Trust unexpected journey. Delays lead to being on time, detours to rediscovery, heartbreak to love, more working beneath surface than you see, faith in unseen process.
Trusting life's complexity. Day 362 describes life's kneeling moments.
Life brings you to knees with pain and beauty, weathers offenses to offer love, disguised miracles. Bruises heart open to teach, it's all inside. Humility opens heart.
Learning through surrender. Day 363 warns about the urgency of now.
One day it will be too late for many things. Act now. Live more in possibility of today.
Carpe diem.
Embracing the present. Day 364 encourages pursuing silly little dreams.
Go for all the silly little dreams that excite, challenge you. Don't die with them inside. Honoring all dreams.
Valuing small aspirations. Day 365 concludes with hope for an inspiring life. Choose inspiring life. Gather courage. Make proud decisions. Persevere through fear. Nurture beautiful parts. Don't abandon self. Let inner love guide. Give self credit. Believe change possible. Let self be guided into destiny. Final encouragements.
Wow. Okay, so what does this all mean for you, the learner? This deep dive into the pivot year. It really offers a powerful reminder, doesn't it, that personal growth isn't always about these grand, sweeping changes.
Right. It's often about those subtle shifts in perspective and that consistent, gentle attention we give to our inner world.
And here's where it gets really interesting, I think. Those recurring themes. trusting your intuition, finding strength in stillness, understanding setbacks as redirections.
hmm These aren't just, feel-good ideas. They are practical frameworks, tools you can actually use to navigate the complexities of life, which is exactly what you, as the learner, are often looking for.
So as you move forward from this, maybe consider taking just a few moments of quiet reflection today. Is there an inner voice you might have been sort of tuning out?
Or perhaps identify one small area, just one, where you've been staying firmly in your comfort zone. And maybe consider just a gentle nudge outwards.
Yeah. And as you continue on your own unique journey of learning and growth, remember the book's emphasis on the power of right now, the present moment.
And the incredible potential that resides within you, often just waiting to be discovered and activated.
Definitely. So, for a final provocative thought, consider which old blueprint of your life, maybe one you didn't even realize you were following, might be ready to be thoughtfully set aside.
Making space for the unexpected beauty and possibilities that are actually unfolding for you right here, right now. If today's review sparked your interest and you're ready to dive into a copy of the book, please do consider using the link in our description to make your purchase.
Yes, it makes it super easy for you to get the book, and it also directly supports our channel and the author. That allows us to keep bringing you more great content like this. Thanks again for being part of the Daily Review community.